Alright guys, Fulu coming to you with another commentary video. This just goes to show you that the moral decline of society is like really upon us in every way, shape, and form. I really, I had to like really control myself when watching this video. As a matter of fact, when I went into the boxing gym, my coach was like, chill, chill, chill. It's just sparring. Chill, chill, chill out, man. Don't like hurt the man, because I had to take out my frustration on my sparring opponent due to the craziness that you watch. But let's begin.
A lot of people got something to say about the fact that I got 6 kids with 6 different men.
You damn right we got something to say about you having 6 different kids with 6 different men. You damn right we got something to say. Okay? So I don't know why you're like surprised. Like, why is this woman surprised with her broken mask?
I'm just going to tell y'all why it is better to do it this way.
So in essence, what she's trying to do is just justify her basically her lack of morals, justify her lack of in essence feelings. But again, it takes two to tango. So those guys, unfortunately, they didn't follow code and let each other know that this woman is doing this. That's an unfortunate thing, but let's continue on.
I had 6 kids with all the same dude. I get 34% of his income, which is only $680 a month. If I got 6 kids with 6 different dudes, I get 17% from each one of them, which is $340 a month from each one. $340 a month times 6 baby daddies is $2,004.
So right here, you see that she's just basically using kids as collateral, not thinking about how they're going to have a relationship with their father and how that relationship is going to be with their father. Okay? She's in essence, this is what pisses me the hell off. Her whole intention was not to have a family. Her whole intention was just to use these kids as collateral damage. Okay? Each one of those guys, unfortunately, got suckered into her. And what she probably did, she probably gave him some great sex, things like that. Probably even told him, okay, yeah, I want to get married. I want to be married with you. And then it turns out she wasn't after marriage after all. All she was after was his semen to be impregnated for that purpose. But then, as we said before, that this is what neo-feminism allows, and this is what sexual liberation allows. Okay? On one note, neo-feminism allows a woman just basically to just be put on a pedestal, not being responsible for her actions. But on the same note, it makes a woman a man, and so the woman feels like she can do anything a man can do. So you have two extremes. One extreme is that she feels like she can have it her way at any given time. The other extreme is she feels like if needed be, she should work and be doing everything that a man can do. Okay? In this case, she chose the former instead of the latter, because a working woman would probably not do this. A working woman wouldn't do this at all. This is ridiculous. So those kids have to, so you can imagine that her being a single mother, and I hope the kids' fathers are involved in this case, because this woman is unstable. But it just goes to show you what these Western women will do and how evil they really are and how low they have stooped to get what they want. Basically, she looked at the kids as a check. She looks at you as a check. So I'm not saying you should do this, but just be careful where you're putting your seed. Okay? Master your pullout game if you must. And I'm not suggesting to fornicate. That's not what I'm suggesting. I'm just suggesting that whatever your circumstances may be, okay, make sure you pull out. Don't believe them if they say I'm on plan B, because chances are she said she probably had a plan B, and that was probably a lie. So this is my suggestion. As men, we have two things. We have our seed, and we have the resources that we built up. And these women want all of them. And they'll use the seed to get to the resources, even if that seed has feelings, even if that seed wants a full family, even if that seed wants to have a full home and not a broken home. It doesn't matter to her. Let's continue.
So why don't you have 6 baby daddies?
Okay, there you have it. She tries to justify doing these things and suggesting to other women that they do it. May Allah forbid that other women take heed and try to do this. And may Allah curse her for actually suggesting this. And may Allah, no disrespect, may Allah curse her lineage as well for her trying to do these things. Because these are evil, conniving things. And they shouldn't be stood for under any circumstances. But let's go to the video number 2.
I am about to marry husband number 3.
Okay, that already should tell you that this woman is a problem. If you're on your 3rd marriage, the guy getting married, he should question, okay, what happened with the other 2 marriages? He should also investigate too. That's the one thing he should do. He should track down the ex-husbands and find out what happened. Because it's not just them. It's usually a woman plays a part in doing this. But let's continue.
We should normalize starting over as many times as you need to.
No, we shouldn't. We shouldn't normalize as many times as starting over as many times as you need to. Because in essence, if you start over as many times as you need to, you didn't learn the lesson the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th time. Therefore, you're just bumping your head into a wall over and over again. And that creates no growth.
I married husband number 1 out of fear of being alone.
Okay. Fear of being alone. What probably happened with her is that she married her husband number 1 to get the resources, okay, and to go on a break from her cock carousel. That's probably what it was. It really didn't have anything to do with being alone. Had to do with getting the resources. Because if it had something to do with being alone, then obviously she probably would have stayed with him if that was just it. But she probably thought, okay, well, I got this guy now. My value is worth more. Let me go to another guy. But let's continue.
Husband number 2 because I didn't think I could do any better.
There you have it. There you have it. So husband number 1, she probably was already thinking that. Going into husband number 1, she probably was already thinking, oh, I can do better than this guy. So let me just move on. Husband number 2, same thing. She probably did think she can do better with husband number 2. That's why she's on the husband number 3 right now. But unfortunately, husband number 3 is a sucker for even entertaining and marrying her.
Self-esteem was shit and I didn't know my worth. You are not.
A lot of times, a woman's self-esteem is like crap. But even with her self-esteem right now is like crap, because the thing is, if your self-esteem was high, you wouldn't need to marry 3 times. Okay, one marriage would be enough. And you would be secure in that marriage, and you would try to build on that marriage. But instead, you're going from man to man because there's something missing inside of you. But let's continue.
Obligated to stay in a marriage that isn't good for you. Period. You deserve to have someone who is aligned with you physically, spiritually, emotionally. Are they?
Woman, shut the hell up. You have no spirit. Okay, you have no emotion. Okay, because chances are these dudes are paying alimony. If they have kids, they're paying child support. If they had houses, you probably took the houses. So please shut up about emotion, spiritually, and stuff like that. You're not spiritual at all. Okay? Shut that up. Physically, you're not even that good looking either. That's why she was like, someone needs to match with me physically. Because she probably was told by a simp beta male that, oh, you're hot, you're pretty. And that's why she feels the way she feels, despite all the makeup.
Not only committed to you, but committed to themselves and their own personal growth. You don't need to put up with being mistreated or any.
Okay, the thing is if, like, when you say committed to yourselves, I guarantee you that what she means is committed to working your ass off only for her to get the resources. Which, when she means committed to her, she basically means put her on a pedestal, give her all these compliments, excuse her faults, say, oh, no problem, babe, it's okay. That's what she means. Okay? That's exactly what she means.
Be lying to you. It doesn't matter what anybody. You don't need to put up with being mistreated or.
Okay. If you were mistreated in the marriage, let's just say hypothetically you were mistreated in the marriage, why would you marry in the first place? There had to be some red flags ahead of time for you to like do this. There had to be red flags. So why would you marry in the first place if you were being mistreated? Why didn't you leave? But let's continue.
Anybody lying to you. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks.
Woman, shut up. You probably lied to those guys too. You lied when you said till death do us part. You lied because I know in the back of your head you were thinking that I got a sucker and I'm going to just keep on practicing hypergamy until I meet, and the thing is, and I feel bad for this guy because, you know, once she's done with him, unfortunately, she probably will have another guy. You know, there'll probably be another sucker to come along in which she can usurp his resources. And then the cycle will repeat itself, unfortunately.
What you're doing with your life. It's your life. And I've had people ask me, well, why do you even get married then? Because I want to be married.
No. You want to be married so you can just have a constant ATM machine. That's why you want to be married. If you want to be married, you would have took everything, the conditions that came with the marriages you had before, the first marriages. The only reason why you should leave a marriage is, of course, if there's some domestic abuse, some psychological abuse, and the like thereof. But if that guy is putting you down, doing what he needs to do as a husband, providing and things like that, and also adding to the provision by opening up new sources of income and just in general, then there should be no reason for you to leave the marriage. She did not mention once that these guys hit her, domestically abused her, verbally abused her, or anything like that. She did not mention that. So the only reason why this Rage Carry 2 looking ass wants to be married is so she can just have a constant source of income. Once she's done and once she finds a higher source of income, she'll be on to the next guy.
I just had a hard time finding the right one.
Okay.
Women are
This is the thing about that. She probably told the other guys those are the right ones. That's what she said. She probably said, you're the right one. You're the one I want to spend my life with. You're the one I want to die with. She probably told him that. But what she really meant is, I want to cash out on you for the time being. And let this be a lesson to you brothers too. White women are no better. Western white women are toxic as well. If you must date a white woman, what I suggest is you look at women from the Balkans, the unknown places. I suggest you look at women from Kazakhstan, women from Tajikistan, women from Azerbaijan, women from Uzbekistan, those type of white women. If you must. I'm just saying, if you must, if you feel that it's just not worth it, look at them. But don't look at these Western white women at all. They're no better. Okay? Karens are just as bad. The French women, the Italian women, they're just as bad. The Spanish women, they're just as bad. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Tell you a story. There was one soccer player from Ivory Coast named Emmanuel Aboué. He married a white woman. She took him for everything he had. It got to a point where that dude couldn't find a team to play on. It got to a point where that dude was just actually looking for work because she sucked him dry. Let this be a lesson that swirling may not be the best thing for you. At least Western swirling. As I said before, you may want to look at a girl from Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan. And I'm saying this because in my time in Los Angeles, I spar a lot of guys from there, from those regions. And their women seem like they're on code. And in fact, their women hate the Western woman a lot. When you speak to them, they actually hate them. But let this be a lesson, guys, that you may want to really do some background work. And in fact, the best thing is, if you're not divorced, you may not want to entertain a woman who's divorced, because 99% of the time she initiated the divorce. And if you do decide to entertain a woman with a divorce, what you need to do is investigate why she got divorced in the first place. You may need to reach out to the individual in which she got divorced to, okay? And find out why she did get the divorce. But anyhow, man, leave your thoughts and leave your comments about this. Foolish signing out. Njadama.